welcome back, everybody. We are now joined in the studio by our Riverton Bureau reporter, Keith Kocinski. Very bittersweet day indeed, Keith. It's your final day at the station.
It's my final day. After 2 years in Riverton, that's it.
It's it.
Do I read off a teleprompter or something?
No teleprompter for you today, Keith. This is just a conversation.
Oh, okay.
I want to know how it was to be here for the past 2 years. Now, your job is a little different than everybody else at the station because you are in Riverton. Was it difficult to be out there by your own?
Well, you know, there were challenges. I mean, obviously on a day-to-day basis. I mean, there were some days I would go from Riverton to Jackson in a day, and then try to get my normal amount of stories in to you guys. And there were some challenges along with that, but you know, it was awesome to see all the different territory in Wyoming, to meet all those different people, and just to cover that whole western part of Wyoming. I learned a lot about news, about the people of Wyoming, about myself.
You certainly do learn a lot on the job, I can tell you that. But what would you say the biggest lesson you did learn in the past 2 years? What would that be?
There are a variety of things. Just patience, just to go with the flow, and how to deal with stress a little bit better.
Yeah.
I would say, you know the job can be stressful at times, but I think that's also transferred over into my personal life, just being better at dealing with stress. But I've learned a lot about women.
For sure.
And you asked me probably why.
Yeah, that was a follow-up question.
Yeah, I live with 3 women in a double-wide trailer in Riverton.
Okay.
So all great women, all like my mothers, but I sure learned a lot.
Well, hey, you learn things you don't even expect you're going to learn. Now, you told a lot of stories the past 2 years. Do you have a favorite one, a favorite story that you worked on?
You know, I had a feeling you'd ask me that question, and even after thinking about it, there's so many great stories that I worked on. But you know, one that I really enjoyed was the Wilbur the pig story. I don't know, I'm not sure.
I remember it. I remember it.
The funny thing about that is I tore my PCL ligament in my knee 2 days before, and I tried chasing down this pig and running acre after acre chasing down this pig, and so that was one of the most fun stories.
Definitely.
There were a lot of rewarding stories in terms of things that I learned, and just my own personal gain from those stories, just in terms of just what I learned from them as people and individuals.
Well, what's next in the book of Keith Kocinski? What's the next chapter for you?
The next step, in a week from today, I'm catching a flight to New York City. I just acquired a job with Channel 1 News. It's a CBS affiliate in New York City. Actually, the target audience is a younger audience. It's more of a high school, college audience. But that's my next step. I'll be on a 2-year contract there, so I'm moving from a rural area of 10,000 people to a place where there's 10,000 people on one block.
Yeah, there you go, the Big Apple. It's very big indeed. Now, we're certainly going to miss having you around, Keith. The one thing I'm going to miss probably the most is your sign-off. Could we get one more sign-off from you? A Keith Kocinski, News 13, Riverton?
Absolutely. Keith Kocinski, News 13, Riverton.
All right. Well, that one was special indeed, folks. That's the last one you're going to hear from this guy. We are going to miss you.
It's been a pleasure.